Starting recording. We'll grab this while we can.
Recording on my end.
And this, my friends, is Final Fantasy 1, the Anniversary Edition for the PSP. This, I believe, came out before Dissidia. So this was the design they went with for the Warrior of Light.
Hate it.
The armor piece and the color and everything pretty much stayed the same for every other appearance, but they drastically changed the way his face looks. Yeah. As you can see, it's not the best.
Old school style of, polygonal, flat, no real color depth.
Mm-hmm.
Those are crystals.
And yeah, the game revolves around crystals. There's 4 crystals, each with a different element. We have to go in and harness their power. That is Final Fantasy 1. So the beautiful thing about Final Fantasy 1, and the thing that captured everyone's attention with it, is 2007. Shit. So normally when you start your game up, you have a set number of characters, or one character and stuff. With Final Fantasy 1, you can customize them right off the gate.
Okay.
So these are the only jobs you have. Warrior, Thief, Monk, Red Mage, Black Mage, and White Mage. The default is what they start you with. Warrior, Thief, White Mage, and Black Mage. That's pretty much balanced. The most balanced, yeah. I typically like to go Warrior, Monk, White Mage, and Black Mage. But Red Mage made its first appearance here, and it's a good jack of all trades character, as they always tell you, because the Red Mage can use both black and white magic, but it can also use swords and shields. So it won't be as strong in either one of them, but it lets you have one character that's all around so you can focus everyone else.
Okay.
And I kind of like the Red Mage a little more than the Black Mage, in all honesty.
I assume Black Mage just big bold power magic?
Big strong magic, but only black magic.
Okay.
So what kind of team you want to go with?
I'm definitely interested in seeing the Red Mage.
Seeing the Red Mage? It's just a one go, so we don't really need the Black Mage for this. And then we get to name them.
Okay.
We can either do it ourselves, or
Do they have like auto names? Yeah.
auto names.
What do they got?
Sassoon, Kiat, Aris, Doma, Zeze, Argus, Arus, Leo, Baron, Doma, Argus. It's got a surprisingly big name pool, despite the fact that it starts cycling early. I like Argus.
Okay. Oh, does it have different names per class?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They start cycling early, but each job has its own set. I think it's like 5 or 6 names in the pool. I like Marcus. And we have Luca, Noah, Ruby, Shirko, Cuckoo, Elia, Mikoto. I like Mikoto.
That's nice.
I'm biased. Tomak, Mid, Kluya, Corey, Gil, Elaine, Yura. I like Yura. Kind of exotic for someone who is so different.
August, Marcus, Makoto, and Yura.
I'm down with this. You down with this?
Yeah, let's go.
Now the beautiful thing about the PSP version is it added some extra cutscenes and stuff that weren't in the original. The original literally just had you do that and then threw you into the game.
Oh, okay. She's good.
Oh, ignore that.
I love the PSP. It was so advanced.
The winds die. So our wonderful crystals are damaged, and they harness the elements and they control the elements. So without the water crystal, the oceans go crazy. Without the wind crystal, the winds stop. The earth crystal, the land dies.
That's a bit risky, doesn't think?
Yeah. And I think the last one's the fire crystal, and I don't remember what that one controls.
I mean, nothing good, I can imagine. Oops, I broke the crystal. Out the water flooded.
And this is where the story of the Warriors of Light began. But I don't remember in the original if they were actually called Warriors of Light. The actual prophecy goes more along the lines of, when the world is in peril and the crystals go dark, 4 adventurers will come and save the day, kind of thing.
Okay.
And this is where we start.
Who's born?
Here we go.
It's like birth from the crystals right now?
Oh no, we're literally just adventurers that happen to show up.
Oh, okay.
So this is our starting equipment. Our starting stats.
Knives, stabs.
So Argus, highest strength, highest stamina.
Warrior.
Marcus, second highest strength.
That intelligence stat though.
Mm-hmm. Mikoto over here, she's got the highest intelligence. And then Yura here has more agility and more intelligence than everyone else. But everything else is just about balanced.
Yeah.
This is what we're working with. Let's go ahead and save. Alright, I had a save file earlier. This is old. Rock, Sky, Suki, and I don't know what the fuck I thought of for Onsai. This is weeb me.
Yeah. Maybe it's a random one.
Okay.
Oh.
And then random encounters.
Step out and we fucking got mobbed by some goblins.
And the way this game worked is it's not always like a set number. It could be 1 monster, 2 monsters, it could be 7.
I assume there would all be goblins or something low level though.
In this area, there's goblins. I think there's some spiders and there's some other stuff.
Nothing crazy.
And come up here. Here's the castle.
Okay. We can heal ourselves?
Not in here, actually. So the thing they did with this is the castle and the town are 2 separate areas. This is Cornelia Town. Here's the inn. Oh, we start with a pretty decent amount of gil. Everyone splits up, goes to their own bed.
Cute. I'm glad we had 4 beds here for us.
Yeah, it's convenient.
Yeah. Hey.
Alright. And then this one kicks us out automatically. But one of the things that made Final Fantasy 1 a little interesting is they don't learn their spells. You gotta buy them.
Right. I mean...
So with black magic...
The red mage right now.
And they all have slots. So these are level 1 magic spells. They can only learn 3. So with the red mage, if you try to teach him white magic too, it doesn't double up.
Can you replace it?
Nope. Not that I remember.
So after you do it once, it's done?
After you do it once, it's done.
Okay. Would this be like the only shop?
There's more shops out throughout the game. But this is how your magic works. Get 3 slots and that's it.
Okay.
So you have to really pick and choose what you would want.
And that's it for the entire game.
Mm-hmm. And then in the original, there was no MP. So you would use they worked off of D&D rules where they had a set number of times you can actually use it before you have to go to the inn. So like level 1 spells I think got like 4 different types you can use it. Raises caster's evasion, deals damage to all undead. So you could do like 5 times use cure, but only use Cura 3 times, and then Curaga once, kind of thing.
Okay, what's stopping me from getting 4 red mages?
Nothing.
And just slapping everything.
Nothing other than the fact that it would be difficult because of their stats.
Do it though.
But literally, there's nothing stopping you from doing a team of all fighters, all mages, all thieves. Other than the fact that it would just require you to grind more. Because like with the warrior, a whole team of them would help you steamroll a good chunk of the game. But there's some enemies that are either impervious to physical or have some heavy resistance to it. Those crystals, you must see the king at once. So they block you from leaving and they take you straight to the king.
Okay.
I think in the original you could leave at will and just grind early on, but they make you talk to the king here. Show him the crystals that you have been bestowed upon. Just as the Lucan's prophecy foretold, when darkness veils the world, 4 warriors of light shall come. And so we're trying to... There's a bridge behind this castle, and we're trying to go through it. And it needs to be repaired. And so the king here will be like, I will repair the bridge for you, but you have to go save my daughter.
Okay. Only we can do it, apparently?
Only we can do it because she was kidnapped by Garland, who was their best knight. Literally no one is strong enough to take him on.
Oh, okay.
Chaos Shrine, which lies up to our north. Of course, we did attempt to save the princess ourselves, but Garland is the finest swordsman in the kingdom. We have none who can match him. The king, I have heard that you wish to journey to the continent of the north. The bridge leading north was lost long ago, making passage impossible. If you can rescue Sarah, I will have the bridge rebuilt as a sign of my gratitude. Go now, warriors of light, and do not fail me. Little chocobo statues. He's king after all.
Does that begin our quest?
And that begins our quest. So we need to go rescue the princess. The most generic fantasy hero thing you could ever do.
Well, isn't this the origin of generic fantasy things, everything?
I think Dragon Warrior predates this, but yes.
Yeah. Okay. Starting anime stuff, so this shouldn't take too much to take out.
I did 20. That's not too bad.
I feel like using magic at all is actually overkill.
I just wanted to see what his damage would look like.
Do you magic level up based off usage, or...?
No, this one's all purely experience.
Okay.
Final Fantasy 2 was the only one that did that. Oh god, these are stupid cheap. What the fuck?
I mean, go for it then.
8 gil for nunchucks? Come on. I think I used to do the hammer for my white mages all the time. Physically, yeah.
Nothing affects the magic.
I don't believe so.
Attack.
And then that way, they can still basic attack while I wait to use their healing abilities. Do I have enough? I don't think I have enough. I can buy one chainmail. 2 leather armor. Sick. Gotta love it. Uh-oh. So this is what sets them apart. You're able to buy a little bit more for the red mage than you could for the black and white.
Yeah.
So it lets you get it lets them be a little more useful in the early game. They're a little less useful by the end game because they can only get so many of the spells, and black mage and white mage just have better intelligence at that point. I'm a save whore, I'm sorry.
Okay. Alright, so now we have the open world.
And we'll kill a little bit.
Doesn't matter if they're in the forest or in the plains.
No, I mean, the forest has its own set of enemies in it that aren't goblins. But all it really does is just change the backdrop.
Alright. Is it just goblins in this area?
Right now, I believe this area is just goblins. But literally, as I walk past the town, it'll stop being goblins.
Yeah.
Level ups! Huzzah! And I have this problem when I play RPGs. I have to have them level up at the same time. I can't stand it when someone dies and then everyone levels up and that person didn't because they died.
It will happen eventually.
I know, I can't stand it. I have made certain ventures off into the world and purposely wouldn't finish the fight until I leveled them up, or I brought them back to life.
Fine, but then you play something like Persona, where if the main character can't die,
Mm-hmm.
unless you lose anyways, so he will always be the highest level character no matter what you do.
Oh yeah, no.
Possible.
Okay.
Might be able to do it here though.
That's too many. Oh,
Man,
no,
go
I'll buy
save
one more.
my daughter. Did he give us money for it?
I believe in the original he does. In this one, we started with the 500, and I think that's supposed to be what he gives us. Because on top of a lot of quality of life changes and the graphical update, they changed some of the stuff, the way the system works too. Because the original is almost like an entirely different game. It's kind of crazy. Shit.
So is Garlerman the end goal, or is that just like the next quest right now?
He is the current quest right now. This bridge right here,
That's great.
we can't go past it till the king fixes it. He won't fix it till we save his daughter.
Okay. So we just gotta keep killing.
Yep. But I have the best gear we can buy right now, so these goblins will literally do nothing to us.
Yeah.
So I can kill them as we go forward.
Nothing for a good while, actually.
I believe the recommended level is 5 before fighting Garland. Because once we come up here, the enemies are already stronger.
No, more goblins.
And there's a bug in the original game where part of this early game continent, there's a literal corner you can like move around in, and it has a chance to spawn like late game enemies that you may or may not be able to kill. And if you can kill them, they're like supposed to be level, I think 20 or 30. So if you can get a kill off of one of them, you level up stupid fast.
Because getting a kill off it is kind of hard though.
Oh yeah, no, it requires you to literally throw everything in it.
Imagine you can only do it, I think, after like level 7, 10, something like that.
And then here's Chaos Shrine, our first dungeon. I believe he's just right here.
Dungeon is it, though? Yeah.
Yeah.
Are those batch enemies?
I don't think so. I think because the second I walk up here, it'll start. It won't start. I gotta talk to him. Okay. The king will have no choice but to exchange the kingdom for his daughter's life. Cornelia will be mine. Who's there? The king's lapdogs. Do you have any idea who you're messing with? You really think you have what it takes to cross swords with me? Very well. I
am.
Garland, will knock you all down. And this is your first official boss fight.
That is so cocky, saying like, "How dare you attack me?" When we were just like adventurers that just walked into town today.
This one costs 5. Oh, they both cost 5.
We had the magic crystals with us, but I mean, we're still just people that came in out of nowhere. He doesn't even know we have crystals.
He doesn't. We're literally just some assholes who came over here. I don't know if I can do this fight. I might be too weak.
Really trade the kingdom for his daughter?
If he loves his daughter enough. It's a matter of magic.
Does he have everything big coming out, or
no? It's literally just the same thing over and over. First boss and everything.
So basically, if you survive one hit, you're fine. You can heal.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, could you just win with the power of money?
Probably.
Buy a bunch of potions and say fuck white mages?
There he goes. You could. I mean, it'll get expensive because in the original game, your inventory was non-existent pretty much. Increased by 3. Level up.
Best swordsman in the kingdom, by the way.
Yeah. Beat by jobbers. Literal jobbers.
Some bullshit. This kingdom sucks. I don't want to be here anymore.
You've come to rescue me. I don't know how I could ever thank you. I'm Sarah, Princess of Cornelia. That's the first time anyone's ever defeated Garland.
Wow.
You must allow me to show my gratitude. Please, accompany me to Castle Cornelia.
Put that big old orb behind us, though. Should we look at that?
It's actually important.
No.
I believe that takes us to the last dungeon of the game.
Good.
Thank you for returning my daughter to my side. There can be no doubt that you are the warriors of light from Lucan's
I'm pretty sure
prophecy.
you just could have sent like 10 soldiers you had new to one.
Yeah, that probably would have did it. You should hear the prophecy in its entirety. Ahem, if I may. When darkness veils the world, 4 warriors of light shall come. If they cannot gather the shards of light, the darkness will consume all. The 4 crystals will never shine again. Now I hear that a crystal can be found on the continent to our north. Restoring light to the crystals is our only hope of ridding the world of the monsters which plague it. I will have the bridge to the north rebuilt, as promised. I pray that you succeed in restoring the light to the 4 crystals and to the world.
So I fixed the bridge for you. You know the one bridge that we also could benefit from? Thank you. Now goodbye.
Wait, just a moment.
Money.
This loot has been entrusted to the Princess of Cornelia for many generations. When he abducted me, Garland took this loot as well. I want you to have it. It may aid you in your journey.
Passed down from generation to generation. Here you go.
I don't remember what this was used for, but it's one of the many, many, many key items you need to have to move forward.
No
I
money?
wonder if they keep the same cutscene. They do. So you get to watch them actually build the bridge. Orders from His Majesty. We're to do our part to fulfill Lucan's prophecy.
We built a bridge.
And sometimes the texture isn't the right texture, so it looks kind of weird.
I feel like the bridge got worse. Like, you can walk on it at least, but like...
What does this bridge have to do with the prophecy?
Fuck,
The four
I know.
warriors of light are here. They're here in Cornelia. Now I wonder if it'll do. I wonder if it'll do the thing.
A bridge is nice, but like you just got like a raft. That wouldn't work too.
I have to also get a raft.
Just need a method over really. The bridge doesn't look that big. I feel like that bridge construction should just happen anyway, as a kingdom should do, you know? I feel like this king is just a bit lazy.
We don't need to go north. Fuck those guys.
Yeah, fuck them. We live in a forest town.
So when you would play the original game, it would literally just have you pick your characters, pick their name, throw you into the game, tell you to go fight that boss. When you cross to the bridge, this is when you get the actual title screen.
Ah.
And so their quest began. As the four warriors of light, they felt overwhelmed by the great task destiny had placed before them. They did not even know the true significance of the four crystals they held in their hands.
Where do we get the crystals?
So we have crystals and there's universal crystals.
Well, yeah, but I mean, how do we get them?
I assume they were passed down. The crystals that once, long ago, held a light that shone so brilliantly. They don't really explain how you got them, you just have them.
Like any random guy could have walked in holding some sort of salt crystals and gone, hey, I'm
Yeah,
the one.
I'm sure that's happened before and they probably died too.
Garland Smuck.
The time for their journey had come. The time to cast off the veil of the darkness and bring the world once more into light. Gotta love that old fantasy writing that gets abused in Kingdom Hearts.
You are warriors of light. What's that mean? Go forth now.
They really should have just called the Keyblade Bearers Warriors of Light. I don't understand why they tried to distance themselves from that.
Kingdom Hearts is nothing.
Kingdom Hearts is a mess.
Too much.
It started out fine and then it became a mess.
And I won the bridge, right?
And that is how we start the game. So I actually need to heal. So I should have did that before we did that.
It's the same town no matter what side you go to.
Yeah.
Okay.
For this one specifically, it's the same town. And there's a point later on in this game. We won't get there with this. We probably won't even really get there if we decide to go through this later. But it's about halfway through. You'll get to a part in the game. There's a continent you'll go to, and it'll say, "Hey, go into this cave. You need to go into this cave to pass through." And in that cave, sitting on a throne, literally the largest sprite in the fucking game, is just Bahamut hanging out.
Okay. Glad to know.
And he's like, "Yo, I got a task for you. Go get this key item. I don't remember what it is. It's like the ruby orb or something. Go get this key item And if you can prove that you can get it, I'll reward you. And if you do it, he will upgrade your jobs to the next level. So the warrior will become a knight, black mages will become the mages will become sages, the thief will become a ninja, and the monk will become something. I don't remember. Gigas worm. That thing is ugly.
Those eyes.
Yeah, it's got eyes. Those blue things at the very top.
Well, still died though. So can you go anywhere, or there's like a certain point you have to go to?
Anywhere to let me. There are NPCs that block the way, and there are areas where you'll get to where the enemies will, do that. Hit real hard.
Yeah.
And that'll tell you you should probably back up a bit.
How much HP these ones got?
There it goes.
You'll win.
I win. I'm gonna take some hits though.
And death doesn't matter to any particular individual.
For this, if you wipe, it's a full game over. Start from your last save. If one dies, I believe you can just bring him back to life in the nearest town.
The inn restore them, or like a church or something like that? Special way?
I think it used to be a church, and this one it might be just the inn. I don't like the way those look.
Bullshit, that's a unicorn.
Oh, they only do 2 damage. Sick. Oh, but they have some health on them. I don't like that.
Probably like 60, 50. Either way. They're still not gonna do much damage to you at the end.
They're not. There it goes.
That hurt, though. So did they have, like, physical res and magical res, or just defense?
I think it's just defense. In the original game, it was just defense. I think this one is also just defense.
Is there a purpose to having different types of magic, then?
Enemies have weaknesses.
Okay.
Some are weak to fire, some are weak to ice. Oh shit. As you saw when I bought Dia, it deals damage to undead foes specifically.
Is that the only one that does that?
The Dia spells, yeah. They're also weak to fire, but it makes it so you can have your white mage participate in those fights too.
Nothing better to give her?
You can do without it. I always get it just because I like having that extra spell, because there's a boss later that's undead.
Oh, okay.
And just having it on hand helps. You don't really need it.
Fighting without it.
Yeah, you don't really need it, especially because that boss is like, there's 4 bosses for each crystal, and it's the first one, I believe. He's a lich, and so he's weak to fire, but just having the undead white mage spell helps as well. Oh boy, someone decided to set off a firework.
Probably this one.
This is a lizard. It doesn't look like a lizard, it looks like an abomination.
I don't know if that would go outside if this thing was crawling around everywhere.
Right? Have to make sure your gun was ready and armed.
What's a gun?
What's a gun? I think town is over here. I honestly don't remember. There's supposed to be a town over here, and there's also the first actual temple.
Temple part of the main quest line, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Because they said that there was a crystal to the north, so this leads us to the first actual crystal.
Poison.
think poison carries over out of battle.
Oh, it's one of those.
Yeah. Old fashioned.
God, I hate it. No good comes of that.
Yeah. Poison carries over out of battle. And I don't have anything to fix that.
Nope. Live with it.
Oh, Matoya's cave. Do you remember the old woman in Heavensward?
The old hag.
The old hag. This is what she's based off of. Uh-huh. And her cave has the same theme. You gotta find her crystal eye and then she'll let you pass. I can't see a blasted thing without my crystal eye. Who could have stolen it from me? Frontwards, backwards, any way you see. Such a strange spell to swish, swish, shari. Sweet.
That's a C.
Dash button select. What's this one? Dash button select. That's
what
weird.
What's it for?
Can I open these? I can.
Oh,
Sick. Convenient.
Why would we need an antidote? It's dumb.
Potion. Potion.
Still get poisoned again.
So we gotta go find her crystal eye. I don't remember where it is. It's not in here. There's an actual enemy that has it. You gotta go kill him and he'll drop it.
Oh, great.
Yeah, it's one of those.
This is an old game.
It's one of those. Hey, I found a thing. Oh wait, I can't get past it. Why can't I get past it? I need this. Okay, better go the other way.
Oh. Big guy. How much HP does he have?
Not enough to kill him in one turn. His accuracy is shit though. There he goes.
There you go.
And Marcus needs some health. Level up.
Did you get it? Just to wander around until the enemy pops up.
No, it's not a random encounter. There's an actual area I have to get to.
And then fight him.
And then fight him, yeah. Look at Argus. His health jumped to 125. That's how this game works. Old fashioned, or your warrior will get ready for your health and strength to be all the way up.
Do you have like Tonto at all?
I don't think so. There's no real like abilities outside of the spells.
So you just won't die easily.
Yeah. Shit.
2 ogres.
Ooh, critical.
You could definitely use an end, couldn't you?
Ooh.
And these ogres got hair though.
That did nothing.
What's with the white mage? Is that her thinking?
What's up?
Little animation.
Oh yeah. All of that's new. They didn't used to have these animations back in the day.
So is the monk like just not as good a warrior but has other stats like agility and stuff?
He's not as fast as a thief, but he hits harder than the thief. Doesn't hit as hard as the warrior, but he's faster than the warrior.
I guess.
But speed is kind of a weird stat in this.
Does it affect like your evasion?
Mostly evasion and what order you attack in.
But you still need to do 4 attacks in a row, right?
He can attack. I think he gets more a higher chance of multi hits. As you saw, some of them will hit, it says hit 2 times and stuff like that. I believe he had a chance to hit like 4 times or something like that.
Yo, you in the wrong neighborhood.
Oh yeah. This is what I meant when I said sometimes they'll just throw enemies at you. I remember I tried to play the original on the Wii, the Virtual Console version on the Wii, and the entire side that was the enemy side was full of goblins. And there's no attack all button. It's just target them all and kill them with each individual turn.
Yeah. No AoEs.
No AoEs.
No.
I think there's some spells later on in the game that are AoEs, but not early game.
Yeah.
Just
How many
fucking
can you fight?
do this. In this one, I'm not entirely sure. In the other one, the whole enemy side of the screen could get filled up. I think there was a time I fought like 9 goblins at a time. Might not have been actually 9, but it was enough to make me have to go multiple turns with 1 hits.
So we're looking for like a campsite or like a dungeon?
Another dungeon or something.
Can't recall.
Oh, well, there goes Mikoto.
They're dead. It's all
I was
over.
kind of hoping to get to another town. And now she's going to be fucking way behind. Cool.
Well, she's dead. Wherever. It does look like they gave a little butt though.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't teach him cure.
Usually do that.
I probably should. Yeah, usually I'll give him 1 white mage spell and it's the healing one.
2 healers is nice. Is it a chance to run away or?
It's a chance to run away. Speed stat and all that. All that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I could have sworn there was a fucking town over here. I might have just dragged this on longer than I should have.
You can run.
Down maybe?
I don't think it's too hard to run away at least.
Yes, I was right. Fuck. Yeah, like this. Just full of enemies. Bravoka. Oh, this is the pirate town. There's a bunch of assholes here that I gotta fight. That's the king pirate.
You have to fight him?
Not right now. I gotta fucking heal first. Do 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 do. Where the fuck is it? Oh, I think this is a church. I need to come here first.
Revive him?
You wish to resurrect Mikoto? Yes. Will cost 80 gil to resurrect. Arise, fallen warrior.
I have no money.
Yeah, if you don't have any money, you gotta go out and grind.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll just be behind in a level.
Do you get more experience for 1 person over 4, or
No.
disperse the experience? Or?
It's the same for everyone.
Same.
Yeah.
I'm glad that NPCs are physical blockers. Great.
It was a good day. It was a good time.
It's a better end than the other one though. Yeah, carpets.
Airport town. They make a lot of money on water. On water. Yeah, on water.
Yeah. They sold bottled water first.
And start selling cans of air.
I mean, they're probably con artists.
Those blasted pirates are running
fixed
around
the
looting
bridge
and
for
pillaging.
our sake.
Alright.
Some bullshit.
Hey, you asshole. You've got cannonballs of steel to be taking on the great pirate Bicky. Will make their bones go crunch.
I don't know what kind of pirates these are. These outfits don't
They're
scream pirate.
bucklers.
They're like Vikings.
Well,
Or
there's no AoE, so I just gotta sit here and whack every single one of them until they go down.
120.
If she leveled up, she might have been able to one-shot him. So it's more than 20, but less than 34.
No, they're not gonna kill you.
They're not. We gotta fight his crew first, and I think we fight him next. Oh, and I forgot. Your class matters later in the late game.
In what way?
When you start getting the best gear in the game, only certain classes can use it.
Huh?
For example, Excalibur is in the game. Only knights can use it. And then if you get the Masamune, only ninjas can use it.
Okay.
I'd be
That
most
place
sorry, young
added, though.
masters. I'll be making no more fuss, I swear. I want you to take my ship. And you find it in your
You
heart.
gotta say young
You don't-
masters.
We've obtained a ship.
Oh wow, we just got a sip, okay. I want his hat.
Right? Alright. I think this is not too bad for a 35-minute video. We beat Garland. Say we liberated a town. Got a ship.
I mean, did we liberate the town, really?
Technically, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then see, these are all level 2 spells, and it's entirely different.
Okay.
Raises evasion, reduces lightning damage by half, prevents all foes from casting casting magic, and cures darkness. All new set.
I see. But we can certainly cast level 1, 2, 3, whatever amount we want. I mean, does that mean there's only so many level 1 skills, then?
Yep.
Okay. So it doesn't really matter. So there's a limited slot amount.
It matters how you want to play. It lets you customize a certain way. So like, cause like, some people like me, I like using the red mage a little more than the black mage. So he's got a larger move pool to pick from, but he's got 3 slots. Like slow is a really good spell, and so is temper. But it would be better if I just had a black mage to give all of these to, and then the white mage to give all the white mage ones to, you know? And when the warrior, monk, and thief get their class ups, they can learn the level, I think they can go up to level 3 and learn those magic spells, but they can't go past that, while the sages can learn every spell in the game after that point. But that's Final Fantasy 1. It's a beautiful game.
That's not a gill.
And it's a lot of gil. You're supposed to sell your old gear. I always have a problem doing that.
But I mean, you don't get anything for it.
You really don't.
Fucking murder hobos.
But yeah,
See, in D&D though, you would take the pirate's hat and then become the new pirates.
yeah, that's exactly what we're gonna do. Except we don't get his hat, which is a big bummer.
What's the point?
Yes,
Why be a
hello,
pirate at
sir. Ooh, thank you.
If if you turn left, it would be over.
I've been stuck in areas because of that before. And there's our pirate ship.
And guy just got a boat from him.
So now...
You really hustled out a boat from the guy.
Yeah. And we can go anywhere in the game now. But we can only get off at areas that are docks. It won't let you off anywhere else except those.
Any encounters in the ocean?
Enemies are in the ocean, yes.
Ah, just rare.
I think a little rare, yeah. And then you see how that water is different over there? The ship can't go on that type of water. We need the canoe, I think it is. I think it's a canoe or a raft.
Does it come from the boat?
Nope. It's a whole separate item.
Oh. I'm pretty impressive that we're a crew of 4 piloting a ship, though.
Yeah. And it's implied that we've never done that before. In fact, we hitched a ride to that area. Who knows where we came from?
Well, that pirate had like 9 pirates with him, so...
And we killed them all.
Yeah. We're doing the job with 9 pirates and a captain.
Right?
Warriors of life.
We're just special.
Out of the mind world.
Yeah, see this right here? Yeah. I have to have the... I want to say it's called the canoe, but it might be the raft. But then I can go through there.
That's just to block you.
Mm-hmm. And I believe over here is the land of the elves. Come on, y'all. Thank you.
This is the first one, correct? Final Fantasy original?
Yes, this is the original Final Fantasy. This is the PSP updated version.
How much of this world was actually, like, thought out?
A lot of it, actually.
Like, they only go so much into detail about the world.
This is bestiary, that's different. Because here's Elfheim. It's the land of elves. Uh-oh. Like, it's not like an amazingly thorough world, but there's little things here and there that just bring you into it. Like this elf prince. He's just asleep. Prince has slept under Astos' curse for 5 years now. There must be some medicine that can rouse the sleeping, but where? So as you go through, you find little things like this. It's just, Matoya needs her crystal eye. The prince needs to be awakened. How do you do it? Well, you gotta go adventure, and you'll find an item that might be like, hey, I heard this can do this for this, and you gotta remember to go back and test that.
Okay.
Saber. Yeah, this game was hard D&D. Like, the only thing that changes it is the fact that you don't have to dice roll. It's all stats. I don't have enough, but here's my level 3 magic. That's black magic. And you're a fool if you don't get the elemental spells, but then that's 2 slots right there. Here lies Link. You see a gravestone. So fun fact, this right here, in the original, it originally said, what's his name? Erdrick from Dragon Warrior, because the game came out prior to this. And then, say again?
They changed it?
Uh-huh. Every version after, they changed it to Link. as a nod to Legend of Zelda because we're in the elf village.
Yeah. Party.
But yeah, that is Final Fantasy 1. A fun
Number
little
7.
game. Fun little game from times past.
I mean, it's nice to know where it started from. I'm glad it grew, of course.
The this started everything, of course, but the job system really didn't get explored until 3. And that's when it's basically 1 again, but there's a ton more job classes you can pick from. And upon fixing up your crystals, every time you fix a crystal, you get more jobs to pick from. And then Final Fantasy 5 was the one that went all out with the job system. We'll get to that one at another date, but 5 goes crazy with that job system.
I'm glad to see how it went. How long was this original one, though?
I believe if you know exactly what you're doing, you press forward and you don't necessarily take the time to grind, like you just barely beat everything. The game can be beat in 15 hours, 20 hours?
No, that's baby hours.
Yeah, it's relatively short. Let me actually, how long to beat this? Because there's speed runs for this that are nothing for RPGs.
I mean, yeah. You can accelerate past this crazy amount of hours when you know exactly what you're doing.
How long to beat Final Fantasy? Original Final Fantasy, if you just do the main story, like just spearhead it, headaches and all, maybe die a couple times, 17.5 hours. And then completionist route is 35.5. That is doing literally everything, even fighting the optional bosses.
35 hours for full completion is actually not that bad. The older game.
As you saw, to complete it, you need to know exactly what you're doing, and that's why it takes so long, because there's stuff everywhere. Like getting the crystal eye and then having to go all the way back, because you don't get the airship until way later. The airship trivializes this world map.
I can totally understand. Back in day, you just kind of boot this up and start venturing around looking for what you can find out. Discover something, go, where was this from? And really kind of have that fun adventure.
It did a lot. It did a lot
Nice.
at the time. It did.
But we have reached a new age.
Oh yeah, we have. Where our RPGs are no less than 50 hours, and people complain that that's too short.
Where cutscenes can be as long as the gameplay.
Fuck yeah. Oh man. Some of those games do not need as many cutscenes as they have.
Long gone are the days of sharpest boobs.
Oh, we'll get there. Don't you worry. We'll get some sharp boobs
better.
in here. All right.